You are living through one of the most important moments in human history, and most people don't even realize it. Because while you're watching this video, artificial intelligence is learning. Robots are improving. Medical technology is advancing. And innovations that sounded like science fiction only a few years ago are starting to become reality. Most people imagine the future as something distant, something that belongs to another generation. But the truth is far more unsettling. 2050 is much closer than it seems, and by then, the world could be almost unrecognizable. Today, we're going to travel into the future, year by year, exploring the breakthroughs, disruptions, and discoveries that may completely transform human civilization. And some of them are coming far sooner than you think. 2026. Artificial intelligence stops being a novelty and starts becoming infrastructure. Millions of people begin using AI every day to write, create, analyze, research, and solve problems. Businesses increasingly depend on intelligent systems. Students use AI tutors. Companies deploy AI employees. And for the first time, humanity begins sharing knowledge work with machines. 2027. The first major wave of white-collar automation arrives. Administrative work, basic analysis, customer support, documentation. Large portions of these tasks become increasingly automated. Some careers disappear, others evolve. New professions emerge almost overnight, and a new question begins to dominate society. Not can AI do this, but should humans still be doing it? 2028. Self-driving technology reaches a new level. Entire transportation networks begin operating autonomously. Millions of people stop thinking about driving, just as previous generations stopped thinking about operating elevators manually. Transportation becomes safer, cheaper, more efficient. Cities begin redesigning themselves around autonomous mobility. 2029. Artificial intelligence may surpass human experts across many specialized fields. Medical diagnostics, scientific analysis, programming, engineering, legal research. And for the first time in history, humanity may find itself competing intellectually with systems it created. The implications are enormous, because once machines become better thinkers, the rules of society begin changing. 2030. The era of smart cities accelerates. Traffic systems optimize themselves. Energy grids balance automatically. Infrastructure predicts failures before they happen. Everything becomes connected. Everything generates data, and everything becomes increasingly dependent on intelligent systems. Efficiency rises dramatically, but so does dependence. 2031. Healthcare enters a new era. Artificial intelligence begins analyzing enormous amounts of medical information faster than any human team. Diseases are detected earlier, treatments become personalized, medical mistakes decrease, and healthcare gradually shifts from reacting to illness to preventing it. 2032. Genetic engineering advances rapidly. Scientists become increasingly capable of identifying and correcting genetic disorders. The possibility of eliminating certain inherited diseases moves closer to reality. But these breakthroughs create difficult questions. If humanity can edit biology, where should the limits be? 2033. Humanoid robots become increasingly common. Not everywhere, but enough to become familiar. Robots assist in logistics, manufacturing, elder care, domestic work, and gradually, machines with human-like appearances stop feeling unusual. The future starts becoming visible. 2035. Household robots begin entering millions of homes, cleaning, organizing, carrying objects, helping elderly family members, managing daily tasks. For many people, the robot assistant becomes as normal as a smartphone once was, and daily life changes forever. 2036. Automation reaches a scale never seen before. Entire factories operate with minimal human involvement. Production becomes faster, cheaper, more efficient, and more intelligent. For businesses, it's a revolution. For workers, it's a challenge, because millions of jobs will continue evolving as machines take over repetitive tasks. For the first time, societies around the world begin seriously debating what work will look like in the second half of the century. 2038. Humanity may finally unlock one of its oldest dreams: fusion energy. The same process that powers the sun. If commercial fusion becomes viable, the consequences could be enormous. Clean energy, abundant energy, potentially cheaper energy. Entire industries could be transformed. And for the first time in history, energy scarcity may stop being one of civilization's greatest limitations. 2039. As clean energy expands, the world begins changing in unexpected ways. Electric transportation dominates. Energy-intensive industries become more affordable. Massive desalination projects help regions facing water shortages, and countries compete to become leaders in the new energy economy. A shift comparable to the Industrial Revolution may already be underway. 2040. The moon stops being a destination and becomes a settlement. Permanent lunar bases may house scientists, engineers, and explorers year-round. Humanity takes another step toward becoming a multi-planet species. For thousands of years, the moon was simply something humans looked at. Now, people may actually live there. 2042. The longevity revolution accelerates. Artificial intelligence, genetics, regenerative medicine, cellular therapies, all begin converging. Humans live longer, but more importantly, they stay healthier for longer. Scientists increasingly focus on slowing biological aging itself, and a question that once sounded impossible enters serious scientific discussion. How long can humans actually live? 2043. Brain-computer interfaces become increasingly powerful. Technology begins allowing direct communication between humans and machines. At first, the applications focus on medicine, restoring movement, treating neurological conditions, helping people communicate. But eventually, the technology may go much further, because once minds can connect directly to machines, the definition of human intelligence itself begins to change. 2045. One of the most controversial predictions finally arrives: the technological singularity. Some experts believe artificial intelligence could begin improving itself faster than humans can understand. New discoveries, new inventions, new breakthroughs, arriving at unprecedented speed. Nobody knows if it will happen. Nobody knows when it might happen. But if it does, it could become the single most important event in human history. More significant than agriculture. More significant than electricity, perhaps even more significant than the Industrial Revolution itself. 2046. The cities of the future finally start looking like the future. Autonomous transportation, AI-controlled infrastructure, vertical agriculture, smart buildings, automated logistics, and systems constantly optimizing themselves in real time. Life becomes increasingly efficient, but also increasingly dependent on technology. The benefits are enormous, so are the risks. 2048. Mars may no longer be a dream. The first permanent settlements could begin operating. Small, experimental, fragile, but real. For the first time, human beings may live continuously on another planet. A milestone once reserved for science fiction becomes reality, and the story of humanity enters an entirely new chapter. 2050. The world may be almost unrecognizable. Artificial intelligence everywhere. Robots integrated into society. Advanced medicine extending healthy lifespans. Human settlements beyond Earth. Energy systems transformed. Cities redesigned. Entire industries reinvented. But perhaps the biggest change won't be technological. It will be psychological. Because for most of human history, major changes happen once every few generations. By 2050, they may happen every few years. The pace of progress itself becomes the story, and humanity enters an era unlike anything it has experienced before. Nobody knows exactly what the future will look like. Some predictions will happen, others won't, and many of the biggest changes may come from places nobody expects. But one thing seems increasingly clear. The coming decades could be the most transformative period in all of human history. And right now, you're living at the very beginning of it. If you enjoy future predictions, technology, science, space exploration, and the ideas that may shape tomorrow, subscribe to Crazy World Facts. Because the future isn't coming. The future is already here.